Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about this video today. Oh shoot.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
If you've been here for a while, you know that I absolutely love foldables. I love getting my hand on like the OnePlus Open, the original Pixel Fold, the Galaxy Folds I've absolutely loved as well. And although I do love them for a myriad of different reasons, none of them really have been perfect. And that includes the Fold 6, even though I love this phone a lot. There are a lot of things it does well. There are some things that it falls a little bit short in. So I'm really excited today to compare the Pixel Fold 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro, XL Pro Fold. The Pixel Fold 2, you guys know exactly what phone I'm talking about. And today's video is actually going to be driven by you guys. I put out some community posts for what it is that you guys would like to see in a review video, right? Because you guys actually want to see the real world implications of things, not just the spec sheets. So you guys are kind of piloting the video here today. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Pixel Fold XL Fold 2 versus the Galaxy Fold 6. Now the first one I actually want to get to is by Kylie. Kylie's been a longtime supporter here on the channel. She's in pretty much every single comment section showing love. So as far as I'm concerned, Kylie gets first dibs here on the video. Oh, and Manager Cheddar as well was also wondering about multitasking and productivity. Great question. She wants to know, how well does the Pixel Fold sort of integrate in terms of my lifestyle and doing a lot of like my life and work productivity things. It's something that I do talk a lot about in regards to the Galaxy Fold. The multitasking is fantastic. Being able to open up several windows at one time, including bubble windows, is honestly just really awesome. Like say for example, I have Google Docs open with some of the notes that I jotted down from a session that I had with a client. I can then split the screen in half, open up the web interface that we utilize to actually log our client sessions. Also have say like, I don't know, YouTube, because I want to watch YouTube as well. I can do that, as well as having a bubble window. As far as the Pixel Fold goes, unless I'm completely missing something in the settings, unfortunately, you can't go quite as far as the Galaxy Fold, where you can have 3 windows open at one time. Right now, as far as I can find, you were just limited to splitting the screen directly in half. Of course, you can adjust the size ratio of either of the applications. But right now, that's kind of it. That's something I was disappointed by on the original Pixel Fold. And flat out, I am disappointed that it's not here on the newest Pixel Fold, especially because you have that additional screen real estate. It's bigger than the Galaxy Fold, so having the additional screen size and using it that way would be really nice. But we don't have that. Thank you, Kylie. Then you have stuff like this, for example, where you can use the entire inner display as a monitor for your camera, so you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars actually buying one and attaching one to the top of your camera. This is something I use all the time on the Fold 6. You can absolutely do here too. And just like on the Fold 4, 5, and 6, you can absolutely make awesome thumbnails here because of all the additional screen real estate that you're getting on the Pixel Fold. What I will say is that in the tablet form factor, something you don't have is the ability to use a one-handed mode, which is really handy in certain situations. And so that's one of those software things that, again, the Pixel is just sort of lacking on, that I wish was there. You know, they've had an entire year to add some of those things, but the only way to get those is on the Fold 6. Now, I had some questions regarding the app experiences and say like your Facebook, Twitter, social media applications, right? Not only in terms of the different aspect ratios, but also in terms of smoothness. So shout out to Mohammed Gagnolia and also Kokpi. You see the name over here over on the screen. First, we're going to go over here into Instagram. And although on average I am more of a Galaxy guy, I have to say having the larger screen real estate here on the Pixel Fold is amazing and something I genuinely have been enjoying using, alongside having the bigger front display as well. But just so you guys can sort of get an idea of what that looks like. So interestingly, the Pixel actually scrolls faster with less nudge, where the Galaxy sort of has like a fixed acceleration that you're getting as you're scrolling. Whether or not that's going to be a big deal really is going to be between you guys. Now we have Facebook over here just so you can see what that looks like. Now I do have to say that I think that the sidebar here is better for the tablet form factor when using something like Facebook. I actually don't use Facebook really much at all. It's more just to communicate with family, but I do prefer that as opposed to having basically just the normal phone form factor and it's just blown up. In terms of scrolling, both do feel smooth. Look at the way that the aspect ratio is working, you actually have enough length here where you're getting the toggle for the volume, where on the Pixel you do have to slide a little bit further down to get access to that. Do I think that's necessarily a bad thing? No. and both are very smooth as you would expect. I will say on a day-to-day basis, even though the additional screen real estate is nicer over here on the Pixel, at the moment, I do think the way that the screen real estate is utilized on the Galaxy at this point in time is definitely a plus. I don't want to spend too much on this, but gaming, basically like on the Pixel 9, you definitely get better performance than previous Pixel phones where you can play like medium to high settings, but you're not playing everything at maximum the way you can on the Fold 6 or the 24 Ultra or the iPhone. So shout out to JL19 that commented on the community post. He wanted to know about like the heat management throughout the course of a day, which is actually a really good point because it's something that I forgot to mention in my Pixel 9 versus iPhone 15 Pro Max review, where both of those phones do get warmer for sure than say the 24 Ultra. And so what I can say here is that although the Pixel Fold does not get as super hot as I remember the Pixel Fold getting, and it has better battery life, certainly still does get warmer than the Galaxy Fold 6, specifically in the context of doing like really intensive things, right? So for example, right, if I'm recording video for long periods of time, pretty much every single phone on the market is going to get really warm when you're recording at 4K 60, those 8K video mode options, Pro Raw. And what I can say here is that both phones do get warm, but this definitely just gets hotter. And I would say that throughout the course of a day in general, I probably notice more instances where this warms up a bit more, but nothing too bad in like normal phone calls, texting, video watching. Now, Raph raises a really good question. What do I think about the actual front display, right? That large bezel on the left-hand side. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys like I am in all of my videos. When I opened the box for the first time and pulled this out, I could not help but think how ugly that large bezel is. Over time, however, it's kind of grown on me and has sort of vanished in the way that the iPhone's notch kind of did when that was a really big deal. Is it the most elegant looking front display ever? No, kind of reminds me of like that NetNavi toy for Mega Man. But what I can say, aesthetics aside, is that I do prefer the way that the Pixel Fold front display handles over the Galaxy Fold. So surprisingly, not a single person asked about battery life, and battery life for me personally on foldables has been something that on average, I've been really disappointed in, right? Looking at the OnePlus Open, the original Pixel Fold, the last few Galaxy Folds, battery life has not been great. On the Fold 5, I was getting close to 6 hours worth of screen on time. The Fold 6 has been slightly better, around like 6.5-ish worth hours of screen on time, which don't get me wrong, right? Like objectively is not great, but for me personally, I have chargers available to me at most points of my day, and the Galaxy Fold 6 does so much for me on a day-to-day basis, not only for like leisure things, but also for work and productivity things for my work as a therapist, but also here for YouTube. Most of my comments that I respond to have been on the Fold. All my thumbnails have been on the Fold. And so for those reasons, I can personally live with the battery life. Pixel Fold 2, I have to say, has been really impressive. The Pixel 9 Pro XL that I did a review of a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how that is very close to the battery champions, the Galaxy S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And this, I can say, actually does have better battery life in my experience than the Fold 6, which is actually really impressive. I'm getting closer to like 7-ish hours worth of screen on time, getting much closer to the ends of my day. That is a huge plus. Test the highlights here. I'd say both do a pretty good job. The Galaxy Fold does blow out the sky a little bit more, where the Pixel Fold retains more of the natural blue hue of the sky a bit. When you're zoomed in, if you move the camera back and forth, it kind of creates like a jelly effect on the screen. That's not really something that I've noticed over on the Galaxy. Again, I don't think on a day-to-day basis it's going to make a huge difference, but definitely something I wanted to point out to you guys. And let me know in the comment section if there's anything that you wanted to know about that I left out in this video. I'm one person. I tried to cover the basic. I tried to cover the things that I think the most people would care about on a day-to-day basis. But thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. This is the day that this is going to be dropping, but have a fantastic day. Make sure to subscribe again if you want to see more content like this here on the channel. As always, peace, love, adios, bye guys, and have a great day.